It's 5th grade graduation at Columbus Elementary School. Students are in their best dress shirts, polished shoes and dresses, filing into a gymnasium packed with proud and applauding family members. But not all of these students' parents are here. Instead, a lot of them are watching the ceremony via a Skype connection 5 miles away at a restaurant in Palomas, Mexico. About 470 students come across the US-Mexico border to attend classes at Deming Public Schools every day. Armando Chavez is principal of Columbus Elementary. He says the majority of students crossing the border have at least one parent who's been deported.
They slowly find out that we will educate their children here, so they come across. And it's amazing. I mean, the situation, we're dealing with children that come from South Dakota, Missouri. I mean, it can be any state that come, but we embrace our children that come to our door every day.
Chavez says families come to live in Palomas, Mexico so they can keep their kids in the US education system and their families together. This school year, Columbus Elementary has students from as far away as South Dakota, Illinois and Tennessee. Chavez says the school usually gets an influx of students whenever a state enacts stricter immigration laws.
We're sometimes the holding spot for them to fix the papers correctly, because if anything we try to project is, we want them to do it correctly. If you want to come into the United States, do your paperwork like you need to, come into the country and get and receive the education that the children deserve. But the children are born in the United States, so they are legally citizens.
4th grader Joanna Rodriguez moved to Palomas 3 years ago from Hatch, New Mexico with her mother and her little sister after her father was busted living in the US illegally. Joanna's mother Ariana says she didn't know how her family was going to stay together after US immigration banned her husband from entering the country for 10 years.
When he left, I remember Joanna waiting for him at the door to get home from work. And I think those moments were the hardest for me, to know he wasn't going to come back.
Rodriguez tried to make it work for a while, raising her kids as a single mother and taking her girls to visit their father where he was living in Juarez, Mexico, every other weekend. But she says it took its toll, especially on her daughter, Joanna.
When we would go visit him to Juarez, she would hang on him. She wouldn't let go. And he would tell her, you have to go to school and learn how to read because you're the one that's going to fix my papers.
That was until she found out about Columbus Elementary. They could live as a family in Palomas, Mexico, while the girls could go to school across the border in New Mexico, USA.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that we were going to be together. That my husband was going to be there with me in the mornings to help me get the girls ready. It was a blessing to me.
But not everybody living in the Deming Public School District area says state money should be used to educate students who don't live in the country. In 1993, 2 Columbus, New Mexico residents filed a lawsuit to stop state money from being used to educate students crossing into the district from Palomas. But the court ruled against them. But Principal Chavez says the Deming Public Schools evaluate the cost of educating US citizens living just across the border differently.
We educate our students here at the school that come to our door in order for them to be productive members of society. Not everyone agrees with the philosophy of educating the kids. Some reasons could be political. Some reasons could be a personal reason that they don't agree with. But when you're looking at the larger picture of where these children will be in the next 20 to 25 years, and they're going to more than likely live in the United States, we want to educate them. We want to get them to the highest level of education possible so they can be successful and so they can become productive members and contribute back to the economy.
Ariana's husband only has to wait 1 more year before he can return to the US, and Ariana says they like it here and will probably stay in the area.
Hopefully, right? With God's will, and everything goes smooth and my husband is able to come back. But whenever I see families that are barely starting this process, I automatically say, you guys should go to Palomas and bring your kids to Columbus.
For KRWG, I'm Simon Thompson.